Alright, this is the second part of our three-part series of blogs detailing our adventures of Labor Day weekend. This week we bring you the tales and happenings from the actual shooting starting on Saturday, September 1st and rolling on through the evening of Sunday, September 2nd, and how things went in general.
Resident Horror Blog.
Saturday was a long day. We had an early start.
The first day got off to a bang with Tristan not being able to make it out.
Who was riding out with Maggie and came ill apparently overnight and thrust his prop in her hands and said, "I'm not going." So Ben Lathan was tapped instantly and filled the role.
Fortunately, he still sent out his hella badass Russian rifle for us to use as a prop, which was much appreciated.
No offense to your rifle purchase, but I thought that one fit a big game hunter a little better.
We got out there not super on time, but within an acceptable amount of tardiness. And we ran into a little snag that I don't think any of us were expecting.
This is our camera bag, and it's in the middle of a swarm of hornets. We can't get our camera. I don't know how to make them stop. I don't know what to do. Liam, were you stung?
A few times.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Shit.
First thing, I mean, how do you see that one coming?
Apparently what happened is my ever-adventurous brother, Liam, as he made it to this bridge, decided to test its sturdiness by landing on it with both of his feet. He was carrying the bag, and if the bridge was here, he was on top of it, just sort of an angry cloud of hornets came up like a hand and just crashed down on him a few seconds later as punishment for disturbing their home. He dropped the bag and ran. I don't think he or anyone else knows why he let go of the bag. I don't think the bees were terribly interested in it.
See, it doesn't change the fact that even if I get the camera bag, it's still covered in hornets.
Yeah, I don't really know that I want to bring it closer to us.
After several attempts to snag it with a stick, and that wasn't working, Tim crawled around to one side of the bridge, and I kind of shoved it to him with a branch, and we both ran our asses off in opposite directions and confused the bees. That's how we got away, by using our man brains.
Camera bag full of bees!
Yeah, that was interesting, but we did manage to surpass that and survive that, even though I am allergic to bees.
After that adventure, and after treating triage style all of our bee sting victims with our 2 bee sting kits, thanks to Amy Bullock, we got to the location, actually filmed something, finally.
I got some good quality stuff on film, got Maggie into her character that she had so abruptly taken, and then just zombies, so many zombies.
And we went back to base where Darren and Bethany Sedanic were doing up all of the extras that had arrived as zombies. In the meantime, Mahoney was actually giving a crash stunt course to a bunch of the extras on how to do break falls and barrel rolls and a few other moves so that we could actually do a little bit of stunt work and keep everybody safe, which was a lot of fun. And then brought up the zombies, and we proceeded to shoot probably, at least in scale of number of actors, the largest scene we've ever done. I think we had about 21, 22 people total there coordinating and shooting an action sequence. The actual process was fun, and the coordinating the extras, who were all very willing and very helpful. I thought it was going to be kind of difficult to move large groups of people around and keep everybody focused, but everyone who came out there wanted to be there, and they were really trying when they weren't on camera. They were doing their best to be quiet. The people who were not being quiet were members of our company. The extras were freaking dead silent like Anne Frank in an attic. Ended up getting back to base just about sundown, where a giant feast was waiting for us.
Good times. We spent actually the whole weekend. We were using my parents' house in Sodas Point as our home base. So whenever you see us like hanging around at a house, that's my parents' house, the house I grew up in. It was a lot of fun all around.
I gotta tell you, this was the most fun that I've had shooting, I think, ever. It really was. Despite the weights, it was the camaraderie that really brought everyone together. And seeing them all saying, "Yeah, we're making this movie," and they stuck with the yelling directors, and they stuck with the waiting in the woods for hours.
Actually, really had a great time today.
I'm talking about it.
Really got thrown around a lot, but it was worth it. I mean, it was fun doing the scenes, working with everybody, meeting everybody up here.
It was so slow. I expected everything to go by very quickly, like scene after scene, and I was only in 2 scenes, so
You want a beer?
that was unexpected, but it was awesome.
I think everyone did a good job. And then, yeah, we shot some more stuff on Sunday, but because like all the stuff we did on Sunday is spoilerific, you're not going to get to see any of it in this blog. Sorry.
As tired as we were, we still had one more scene to shoot, which was centered mostly around Maggie, who had been there all day on very little sleep after having driven out to Sodas in the morning and now still had to drive back to Buffalo. I won't say that people were being uncooperative, but I will say that after an entire day of shooting and becoming exhausted, sometimes people get a little silly.
For the adventure quartet! Come on, sing it along!
I'm ready. I just like the show.